Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This is your sign, Sagittarius. This is your sign. Whether you are sun, moon, rising, Venus, Neptune, whatever you are, this is Sagittarius all the time. And welcome, cross watchers, too. So this is for your reading for October 20th through the 26th. And we have really great cards here. So I already pulled cards for you just to save time a little bit. But we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, destiny, guys. It's destiny. Good luck, destiny, chance, karma, soulmates, decisions, moments, cycles of life, fate, fortune, upheaval, chance, gambling. You cannot step into the same river twice. So it looks like this week is like nothing can go wrong for you. I keep hearing like anything that you set your mind to will be fulfilled. Yeah, because you have destiny, you have fate. This is destined to happen. Good luck, even. Chance, yeah, karma. There could be something with karma. What goes around comes around. So the clarification, we're going to use the Ocean Tarot. I know the signs that I did yesterday, they had the Wheel of the Year, but I just love this deck so much. I mean, look at these beautiful artworks. So I have Judgment, the Two of Pentacles, and the Lovers. The Lovers could be that maybe new love is coming to you with the Wheel of Fortune, fate. I mean, this is, fate. This is destiny. So it could be that you have a new love in your life or a new love coming. That could be soulmates. I mean, I have a soulmate twin flame, so I can't really say anything. So we have two people looking at each other with love in their eyes, obviously. I know what it's like to have a soulmate twin flame, trust me. But this could be a new love if you're not looking for love, or you just, love is not in the cards for you. Like for me, this would be a decision because I already have my soulmate twin flame. But it also could be, if you do have a love in your life, if you have a soulmate twin flame like me, something could be happening, like I want to say like a leg up in the relationship. You guys could go traveling together, or I'm getting new fiery passions could erupt. Again, this is destiny. This is fate, right? This is good luck. This is, the Wheel of Fortune ever turning for you. So it could be that, your relationship goes to the next level. I'm even getting that. But for most of us, it's not most of us, but for some of us, it's literally just choices. This is Gemini. So you could be looking at a choice between a job, could be jobs. A lot of people want to talk to you. I'm getting there could be choices between lovers. If you're looking for love, or, other people could be, there could be several people interested in taking you out. So put yourself back out there if you're looking for love. But definitely decision making. You have some decisions to make. And that could be because I got the Two of Pentacles. Sorry, the Two of Pentacles. So you could be juggling too a lot of things right now. You could be juggling between 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I know I have a lot, I had 3 podcasts that I'm actually responsible for. So I have my wrestling podcast. I have my Whispers of the Craft. If you are interested in learning more about Wicca and Pagan, I know that's kind of a bad, bad segment to my stuff. But I mean, if you are interested, the links will be in the description field. And then, of course, I have my pro wrestling that I dedicated to my favorite wrestler and hero. So, I have a lot of juggling that I'm doing right now. And you could be doing the same thing. That's why you have choices. But you could be juggling everything. This card reminds us not to take on too much work. Even though I'm not a Sagittarius, but I am a Aries Taurus cusp. And what's funny is, so I was born in the middle of Aries and Taurus. And what's funny is my dad is an Aries and my mom is a Taurus. But Sagittarius is a fire sign, so is Aries. And then, like my man or twin flame soulmate, he is also an Aries. He's an Aries sun and a Taurus rising. I think that's so funny. I mean, he thinks it's funny too, but I think it's like we're so evenly matched. But anyway, back to your reading. I think this is telling me literally don't take on too much because you could be juggling a lot with all these choices that you have. And of course, judgments. Could be a snap decision that you make or a mandatory choice that's for the better, but you're being called up by spirit. See how he's sounding the horn. So you could be called up by spirit. Spirit could be trying to help you with these decisions. You could be making a decision, a rash decision that you have to make, but it's for the better for you. So, I mean, like I said, this is destiny. This is the wheel of fortune. And this clarifying judgment, clarifying it, you could be called to make a decision, a rash one, a mandatory one, even. But remember that no matter what choice you make, you can, it's like you fall into a bed of roses. What is it? You come up in, I forget how they frame it, but like you can do no wrong here. So whatever choice is mandatory that you have to make, it's for the better. This is also, you're being called up by spirit to take on your choices or make a choice. So then the next card we have is the Two of Swords. Here we go with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords to me, I always keep hearing whenever I get the Two of Swords in a reading or, it comes up in a reading, it's called blind choice. Like I keep hearing blind choice in my head because she is blindfolded and she has two swords. So it's like she doesn't see the choices she has to make. So blind choice. So stalemate, truce, facing your fears, choices, crossroads, neutrality, compromise, tension, avoidance, reflection, introspect, blocked emotions, blindfolded decisions. That's what it says here. Blindfolded decisions. That to me is literally blind decisions. And like I said, every time Two of Swords comes up in a reading, whether that's my own readings, or like if a tarot reader that I watch brings up the Two of Swords, usually I hear blind decision in my head. So you have to make some kind of decision, whether you know the outcomes or not. It's pretty much you are going into this blind. You are basically at a truce or stalemate. You're going to have to face your fears here. This could be about your destiny, your fate. And the Lovers came up. So it could be that you have to make a decision, but you are going into it blind. So if you're having to decide between two people, like I said, he, she, they, if you have to make a choice between two people to love, you're going into it blind. You're not really sure who to pick. And the best advice I can give anyone when they're choosing between two partners is whichever partner you choose, go with your instinct, go with your intuition, because your intuition will never steer you wrong. So clarification on these blind decisions or decision making or stalemate, facing your fears. You could be holding on to something a little too hard, whether that's money or you're holding on to an image of what your partner should look like. I would say never settle, but like if you have a dream partner, you could be holding on to like false, not false indications, but like false dreams about them. Like you don't want to put them on a pedestal, so to speak, because everyone's human. Everyone, makes mistakes except for Mr. Perfect. My favorite wrestler there, if anyone gets that joke. But yeah, you could be holding on to finances a little too hard with the Four of Pentacles. She's clutching like a treasure there a little too hard. So it could be something that you need to let go of, maybe to move forward in your decision making. Maybe that's what's holding you back is you are a little too in your own head, so to speak. And you're holding on to false beliefs. It could be maybe this could have something to do with a job situation as well. Maybe not a partner, it could be a job situation. So if you're holding on to money a little too hard, you have that wealth, you have that abundance. Just remember, I mean, don't spend like crazy and go beyond your means, but I mean, be a little, extravagant with, something that you want. If you really want something and you have the money to spend it on, go ahead and treat yourself, because you have the strength card. The strength card. See, she's kind of like calming this creature here. You're going to have the strength to, make this decision. You can weigh the pros and cons. You can meditate, use your intuition, but you will have the strength to make these blind decisions, whether that's, with a new partner or with a new job or a promotion or asking for a promotion or even a raise. So, you will have strength to, move forwards. And it could be that you're remembering good times. So the 6 of Cups is usually about, you're reminiscing about the past. This also could involve your children, that you are trying to be more nurturing to your children or emotionally balanced for your children. This also could be why you're making a blind decision. It could have something to do with your children, whether that's the safety of them or, you're just trying to nurture them. Whatever it is, could be, like I said, it could have something to do with your past, or if you have children. If you don't, that's fine. It could just be that you are reminiscing about the past. You're having past memories. The past, you should never ignore the past, but you shouldn't stay in the past and live in the past, because that's not going to help you with your blind decisions. So maybe you need to reminisce about the past to help you with a certain situation, a certain choice, or this is a choice that has to do with your children. So either or, that is your clarification for that one. The next card I pulled, and you can't make this up, it's the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Pentacles, excuse me. 9 of Pentacles, independent success, financial stability, security, profit, prosperity, wealth, property, abundance, rewards through hard work. I mean, this is getting your, whatever decision you make, it's like you fall into roses and you come up with, you fall into a bed of coal and come up with roses. I think that's how they say it. Whatever choice you choose, it sounds like you will have abundance, you will have wealth, you will have everything you need. I have, here we go with the choices again, the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Coral is the 2 of Wands. Again, a decision-making time. You're going to have to make a decision. And again, with this, whatever decision you make, you have that wealth, you have that prosperity, you have what you need. So like I said, it's like you fall into a bed of coal and you come up with roses. It's like you can't choose it because you had the Wheel of Fortune, you had fate. Excuse me, I'm sorry. For some reason, I keep getting the hiccups and through all these things. But you are making the choices that are good for you. Even if you're going into it blind, you still are able to make those choices. And it looks like you have abundance, and no matter what choice you make, this is a yes card. So it's a yes decision. So with the 9 of Swords, you could have a lot of anxiety about these decisions. You could have a lot of anxiety. Try not to overthink it. Get out of your own head. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I usually turn off, but that just kind of came up. So the 9 of Swords is telling you not to be so anxious, not to agonize over things. This also could be nightmares. It looks like she's kind of like scared. She's hiding the sword behind the spear there. Spear is swords, of course. So you could be overthinking something. Maybe you're overthinking what decision you should make, and you're having nightmares at night. Try to get out of your own head. Remember to use your intuition, and try not to be an over worrier. I keep hearing over worrying I don't know what you would over worry about, but it could be like if you make the wrong decision, something bad will happen to you. This is fate. This is fate. This is why you got the Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, you could fall into a bed of coal and come up with roses at this point, because we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you have that income, you have that wealth, you have that, whether that's a new job, a new career, a new hobby, a new passion that you have. whatever it is, do not worry about the decision. Just make the decision that's right for you. Trust your intuition. And like I said, you can't go wrong with this. Because I feel like the nine of wands I picked for you, I just feel like, ongoing battle fatigue, drained of energy. You may be feeling like, you're really tired all the time because you are making these blind decisions and you're not sure what route to take. You're at a crossroads. And you just feel like, you won the battle, but not the war. And you're just really drained and you're tired all the time. Make sure that you're nurturing yourself. I have the King and Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is about stability. This is about, money, situation, wealth. I am the Queen of Pentacles, by the way. I'm a Taurus, Aries Taurus. So I, he, she, they, but you have the King and Queen. So this could be that someone mirrors you exactly. As long as you stay resilient, I don't see why you can't have your fate. You can't have your stability. You can't have, wealth and money and abundance, because that's what the King and Queen represent. They are abundant. They are stable. They're not greedy. They are realistic, though, when it comes to, their wealth and what they spend their money on. But they're staying resilient. They're, like I was hearing for Scorpio, nose to the grindstone. Keep working hard. You deserve whatever just rewards you get, because I have the Four of Wands here, which is victory. It's celebration. We have the stables, or the poles. I guess they're called poles. Anyway, they're poles, and she's going like this. She's really happy. There's fish around her. It just seems like she's gotten a victory. So again, whatever decision you are making here, I'm getting positive feedback. So again, whatever decision you're making, it's going to be positive for you. Because here we have another card. The last card I pulled was the Nine of Swords. So again, you are basically fear, breaking point, terror, negativity, deep unhappiness. Again, you're stressing out about these decisions that you have to make. And they could affect your family too. They could affect your home, your family, if you have one. It could be affecting your kids as well. And you are really stressful. You're stressed out because you're not sure that if you take this way or that way, or you make this decision, it can affect your family. And you could have anxiety. You could be having nightmares at night because I had a nightmare about my son. Like someone was trying to hurt my son and I couldn't get to him. So, I mean, I know how it is that, I always worry about my son. I always think about him and worry about him. I'm a parent. I have to do that, and I really do love my son. But I'm getting here. So the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. You may feel like there's heartbreak or betrayal here in whatever you choose with these decisions. You may feel like maybe if you go down this path, it may be heartbreaking for you. You always could be thinking the worst because, you're stressed out. When we're stressed out, we tend to think only negative thoughts. Try to keep the negative and the heartbreak out of it, because, I mean, the ship is going down and she's watching it. You can't really see her face, but I'm sure she's thinking, oh, that's heartbreaking that this ship is sinking. So try to not be so stressed in your head. If there is heartbreak, know that it was for a good cause. It was a blessing in disguise. Because I have I have Temperance and I have Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups, again, with the decisions. You have a lot of decisions that you have to make and stuff can be affected. But through patience and perseverance with Temperance and also divine timing, she is literally in the water and there's water pouring from the shell there. I'm going to actually put that down because everyone knows that the Seven of Cups is just, you have choices. What do you really want? But be aware of illusions or deluding yourself, stuff that isn't realistic. You kind of want to, think it through, because the Three of Swords is kind of like, that heartbreak, but also it could be that you're in your own head and you're breaking your own heart because, you're not realistic or you're not being realistic. But remember that Temperance is here, and you can see the water flowing from the shell here. So Temperance is about divine timing, calm, serenity, tranquility, patience, perseverance. So even if you have these burdens, you have these stresses, you have these decisions that you have to make, just remember that you always have your intuition, you always have your spiritual team, and that you always have someone who is ready to guide you. You can also weigh the pros and cons about these decisions that you have to make, and be ready for destiny, for fate. If there does come some heartbreak with that, just remember that, you know, it was a blessing in disguise, and that you will rise above because you were destined to do this. You were destined to make this decision, and it will better you and better your family and better your friends. And we will be better people because you made the decisions that you have decided to make. Okay. I hope that resonated with you, my lovely Sagittariuses. If it did, please leave a like, share, and a comment. Also subscribe to the channel so that we can help and grow it and get it to everyone who this does resonate with. You know, I see some very positive things coming this week. Like I said, I just would trust your intuition. Definitely with the Lovers, and then of course with Strength and stuff. You just have to trust your intuition. Remember, a woman's intuition. Again, he, she, they. But follow your intuition, because that will not lead you astray. So again, if this did resonate with you, please hit the like button, please share, and please comment that it resonated with you. You can put a little heart in the comment field that this resonated with you, and good luck to you. I hope whatever you choose, you are happy with. It sounds like you're going to be happy because you're resilient, and you know, you have patience. You're going to have a little anxiety. We all do when we have to make decisions, but I think you're going to come out on top there, Sagittarius. So good luck to you, and hopefully I will see you next week. Please, 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 I'm going to do what the Good Witch does. If you did like this, please hit the like, and the ones with the most likes will end up, you know, I will do weeklies for. I will continue to do weeklies for. So if this really resonated with you, please hit that like button, and then you can leave a little comment, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.